All right, all right, all right. So today I want to talk about something that's going on in the news. I know you've all heard of Judge Kavanaugh, and he's supposed to be confirmed to the Superior Court as a Superior Court justice. Now, Judge Kavanaugh is a Christian, and he believes that he doesn't believe that abortion is a woman's right. It's not a woman's right to kill a baby. That's what Judge Kavanaugh believes. And the fact that he's a Christian and the fact that he does not believe that abortion should be legal is something that the liberals are, that's why the liberals are against him. The main reason is because he's a Christian and he's a conservative. Uh, to touch on this biblically, I want to read you something that is in the Bible, and it's in the book of Genesis. Genesis chapter 39, and we're going to start at verse 7, but there's a sentence before the verse 7 starts that I want to read. Now, Joseph was well built and handsome. Now we start at verse 7, and we're in chapter 39 of Genesis. And after a while, his master's wife, took notice of Joseph and said, "Come to bed with me." Verse 8, but he refused. "With me in charge," he told her, "my master does not concern himself with anything in his house. Everything he owns he has entrusted to my care. No one is greater in this house than I am. My master has withheld nothing from me except you, because you are his wife. Now, then, could I do such a wicked thing and sin against God?" Verse 10, and though she spoke to Joseph day after day, he refused to go to bed with her or even be with her. Verse 7, one day he went into the house to attend to his duties, and none of the household servants were inside. She caught him by his cloak and said, "Come to bed with me," but he left his cloak in her hand and ran out of the house. When she saw that he had left his cloak in her hand and had run out of the house, she called her household servants. "Look," she said to them, "this Hebrew has been brought to us to make sport of us. He came in here to sleep with me, but I screamed. When he heard me scream for help, he left his cloak beside me and ran out of the house." She kept his cloak beside her until his master came home. Then she told him this story. "The Hebrew slave you brought us came to me to make sport of me, but as soon as I screamed for help, he left his cloak beside me and ran out of the house." When the master heard the story, his wife told him, saying, "This is how your slave treated me." He burnt with anger. Joseph's master took him and put him in prison, the place where the king's prisoners were confined. So, as you can see, this has been happening since biblical times. Joseph was put in prison because he refused to sleep with Potiphar's wife. And this happens today. Account after account that I've noticed, there are many men that are falsely accused because they don't give a woman her way. Now, not every woman is a liar, but there are women that are liars. And I believe that Judge Kavanaugh's accuser, Christine Ford, is a liar. And the accusers has come forth since. Excuse me. So the thing is the Democrats embrace this because they don't want Judge Kavanaugh to be confirmed. Now, this can be a lesson to all of us. This can be a lesson that we need to understand. The world is against us as Christians. The world is against us as conservatives because we believe in biblical values. They want to be able to kill their babies. They want to be able to lie and cheat and steal, and they don't want anybody to stand in their way. And that puts liberals in line with Satanism. Do as thou wilt. So we need to keep this in mind as we go through this thing that they're trying to keep from happening. And they're trying to keep a Christian man from being on the Superior Court as a Superior Court judge. Judge Kavanaugh would uphold the law according to the U.S. Constitution. They don't like that. They want to change the Constitution. They want to take our freedom of speech. They want to take our right to assemble. They want to take all of our rights away. They want to rewrite the Constitution to fit their agendas, their virtue signaling. And that's something that we all really need to be paying attention to, because it's happening. It's happening just like with Potiphar's wife. And I believe this situation is just like that. Except Kavanaugh, it's just, and it's going to keep happening until we put an end to it. And apparently, according to the Bible, it's not going to come to an end until God puts an end to it. So I thank you all for listening, and this is a very important update. Keep this in mind as you're watching the news. Women lie too. Men lie. Some men lie, but some women lie too. You can't believe everything. Everybody is entitled to due process, and no due process has been done in the Kavanaugh situation. The Twitter mob, the Facebook mob, the YouTube mob, they've all been, they all believe that he is guilty of sexual misconduct. And thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor. That's what God said. That's one of the 10 commandments that we need to follow. I thank you all for listening, and I pray that you all have a blessed, blessed day.